I begin, I'd like to say that different people are watching this video and you all come from different background, different culture, different walks of life, and are going through different phases of your life's journey and spiritual awakening journey. So whatever I give you today, please take details that resonates for you. If it's relevant, wonderful. And if it's not relevant and if there are details that you do not resonate with, please leave it behind for the other people. Also, this is a timeless reading. You may not be finding this video at this point, which is late September of 2024. And maybe down the road, one day you come across this video. If you find it or if the video finds you, then it simply means that it's time that Spirit gives you this message. Finally, Tarot is a guidance and advice from Spirit and from the universe to you. So do not let Tarot dictate the outcome of your life. You actually have to put whatever you see or hear into actions and decisions in order to, take it to fruition. And that is the path that you are creating for yourself. So Tarot is not an absolute outcome or future that is set in stone for you. And do not let this dictate your life, right? So with that said, I'll be pulling a significator card from this deck. Okay. Interesting. You have... Okay, so if it's upright, okay? It's Four of Pentacles upright and it says order. But it came out in the reverse. So you have Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Pentacles is the energy of... Well, it has a few ways to see this. There's a few ways to see this. Four of Pentacles could be you being happy and satisfied with whatever you have, and you're holding on to it very dearly. A little bit of like, I'm afraid I'll lose this, so I'm gonna hold on to it. This could refer, and Pentacles, we're talking about things that are in the real life. This could be anything that you have in the real life that you're holding on dearly to. Maybe with a little hint of, I'm afraid I'll run out or I'll lose it. Okay, so it's a little bit of, I won't say lack energy. It's not big lack energy, but it's definitely the kind of energy of like, this is the security I'm depending on. Right? Am I making sense? So Four of Pentacles gives off this energy, which is you definitely feel a sense of like, okay, some people might feel like this is you're resting on your laurels a little, and for some people is that you are simply satisfied and happy with this is what you have. But that said, you're also holding on to it quite dearly, like because this is all you have. Okay, so that's the general Four of Pentacles energy. And since you got it in the reverse, I believe what Spirit might be saying here with this one significator card is you might want to rethink that. So, okay, we will pull some, we'll pull the traditional Rider-Waite deck for understanding your situation. Today I'm a little tongue-tied, I'm not sure why. Wow, you have big cards here. Major Arcana all the way. Almost all the way. Goodness me. Seriously, I'm not kidding. It's like Major Arcana all the way. This is a big part of your life. Wow. Okay. I see. Right. First card you got here is Page of Pentacles. That, yeah. The Empress. The Sun. Judgment. The Priestess in reverse. The Chariot. And finally, the King of Wands. So, what I see here, again, with so many major arcana cards at play, I believe this is something that is... Look, I don't really read based on time. I don't really give like... Especially if like we're talking about reading for results that stretches beyond 6 months, actually. I normally do not do that. But what I'm seeing here, since there are so many major arcana cards at play, I think this is some situation or an energy that is predominantly going to spread out over a span of more than 12 months. I'm seeing something that is between 1 to 2 years. Okay, so I might be wrong, but just basing off whatever energy I'm seeing here, I'm seeing, because you know why? All the major arcana cards are also sandwiched between two minor arcana cards, one being the Page of Pentacles and one being the King of Wands. I'm actually, and the development of Page to King, I'm actually really seeing some kind of, there's definitely an element of spiritual growth happening in between. And this sort of stuff does not happen in a very fast period of time, which is why I'm saying there seems to be a situation that is beyond 12 months here. Anyways, and now, with regards to the reversed Four of Pentacles that you got as your opening significator card, I think what Spirit is saying here is, look, you're at the start of a journey as young Page here with excitement, enthusiasm, keen sense of learning and interest in pursuing a goal. So this goal could be different for different of course your story is different. Some of you might be perceiving this goal, this pentacle, as actual pursuit of a career, a skill, some kind of course or education that you're after that takes a longer time to acquire, right? Some of you might see this pentacle as like a career path that you're on, or a career upgrade. It could be you in a business, building some kind of results in that business. Basically something big, something that doesn't happen overnight, something that takes quite a fair bit of effort, and you are at the start of it with the energy and the excitement and the enthusiasm, you know, and hope and dreams and wishes all packed into this page here. Now, I think it's quite interesting because I don't even sense Spirit trying to tell me that you have a literal problem here. But you know what I think Spirit is saying? Spirit is saying that in your journey, in this journey of growth, of whatever pursuit you're on, you naturally come from a place and energy of the Empress, which is you might be a person who has deep levels of empathy, and you're not necessarily female. So just so you know, tarot is gender free. It's not gender specific, and whatever female energy just means that this is more intuitively or like emotionally connected side of yourself. Yeah, and male side is more to do with the execution, the more masculine part of yourself, and we all have it all. We all have both masculine and feminine qualities in us. So you as the queen of the empress, it signifies that you're probably an individual coming more from a space of you have more empathy, you have more ability to nurture others and yourself. You have abundance, so you might also be coming from a space where you don't have currently a situation where you are lacking anything. The empress being abundant and all sitting on a throne. And very interestingly, the empress seems like usually can be seen as a person who is pregnant, right? She's wearing this loose gown, and in many ways being sitting like in this field of wheat and growing wheat that is waiting for harvest. She herself also wearing this gown full of flowers. It's a sign of like it's springtime. It's like lots of wonderful things are getting born and created. So some people actually say, oh, it seems like the empress is pregnant. Okay, and if so, I can say that can be a situation whereby we're talking about somebody here watching this reading might actually really be expecting a baby soon. And you might, okay, so for one or a few of you, minority few perhaps, are waiting to create something, right? And the something you're creating quite literally could be you being the empress expecting a child. Okay, and for some of you that are not expecting a child, you could be in the phase of developing something that gives you an outcome, like you are birthing into creation. Could be a project, again, like I say, could be part of your career path. It could be you trying to create something. I see the energy of an innovator here as well, because we have the King of Wands at the end of the entire thing. You could be a person who's innovating and creating or inventing something, bringing into fruition something that you discovered or you are developing. And it still does not take us far away from this abundant empress energy with the sun card here. These are, well, let's just say I'm seeing good times. Spirit is saying good times ahead of you. Because also you have here the Judgment card. We're looking at 7 cards here, and somewhere in the middle we have the Judgment card. I think Spirit is saying a few things with this one Judgment card. One is, just so you know, this is all part and parcel of your spiritual path, right? This is all part of your growth, all part of your evolution, and this Judgment card just, to me, looks like the rebirth. Is part of your rebirth. It's part of your stepping into the new era or chapter of your life with this creation and whatever new thing you are bringing into life here, into your life here as well. Okay. So yeah, I think Spirit is literally paving out for us here the picture of you in a major journey of your life, creating something. However, I think this is a part where, because there are no other reverse cards here besides your opening significator card in reverse, being 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and then you have the Priestess in reverse. Now, the Priestess is an individual who is divinely guided. She is intuitively and divinely guided. Things that are in the unseen realms, whether we're talking about shadow work, inner psyche, subconscious, inner desires that even sometimes we ourselves are not very clear of, that we actually have those desires, okay? And we're talking about shadows, right? Shadow self, perhaps. And in all of us, we all have shadow selves. Sometimes we are not even aware of what these shadows are. Always, as we are in the evolution of our journey and our path, there will be new discoveries we make from time to time, face to face, that, hey, I actually have this shadow in me. I actually need to work on this. Sometimes it's this inner psyche could be from childhood, could be from a traumatic event that happened in the past, could be anything, right? At the end of the day, the whole thing about life and alchemy of our spirit is the discovery of ourselves, knowing ourselves through that process of discovery, and alchemizing what is considered very base and very mundane in this reality of existence, and then transmuting it into the crystalline, the gold that is our soul and our being, the evolution that we're stepping into. Now, before I go off on a tangent, the priestess, if upright, okay, is the personification of this individual who has reached the point of her knowledge and her connection with the divine, whereby the unseen and the arcane wisdoms are in her ability to receive. And she's, interestingly, also an individual who is comfortable with sitting in half the darkness. As you can see, there's one black pillar and one white pillar, which means to say that the high priestess is an individual who is comfortable with knowing that nothing is always in the light and nothing is always bright as day and obvious as daylight. There are things in our lives that are mysterious and unknown and undiscovered, and it's okay. It's okay to wait till the knowledge from the divine comes through whenever it should come through, and take that and learn from it. Which is the reason why I see the high priestess as an individual who is highly confident of her inner world. Okay, anyways, you got this in reverse. So what does that mean? I think in reverse, what Spirit is trying to tell you is, okay, you can see it's beautiful here. You have your Page of Pentacles, you have your Empress, you have your Sun, you have the Judgment, all in upright. It's beautiful. It's sunshine. It's lots of creation, lots of wonderful, beautiful sunshine moments. It's good days, like I said. But nothing is always just good days, especially in the path of soul evolution, right? From chapter to chapter. For those who's been through this many rounds, you agree with me, nothing is always sunshine. And I think Spirit is trying to tell you, when things are unsure and unclear, and you have doubts, and you do not know what you're working on, when your intuition is not in sync, just remember there can be days when you do not feel tip-tops, when you might have difficulty reaching into your inner wisdom, okay? Just so you know, it is part of the path. It is part of the journey. And let's talk about synchronicity, okay? So what comes after the High Priestess in reverse is actually the Chariot, of course, in upright. Now, the Chariot also, this guy, this royalty person with the crown and all that, could be a king. He is riding, he's holding a scepter, I think he's a king, yes. He's riding away from the comforts of his castle, and in a chariot that is being led by one black sphinx and one white sphinx without any reins and leash or control, as you can see, which means these are guardians of the cosmos in all their shadow and all their light, guiding the charioteer. Very interesting that this came just after your reversed priestess. And the priestess, let's just take this as the female, the priestess being your divine femininity, divine feminine. Okay, your priestess being your divine feminine. If you have difficulty tapping into this aspect of yourself, just so you remember, you have also your divine masculine, which is led by the chariot, led by the cosmic energies on this chariot. I think Spirit is trying to say that there are definitely things you have to work on in this journey. It might have a lot to do with developing more intuition. But for now, in whatever capacity and capabilities that you're cosmically blessed with, you are well on your path on the chariot, and this phase of your life is bringing you into the element and the energy of you being the King of Wands. I think you are some kind of more so than not, actually. Of course, this still has to, for different people, this resonates and pertains to different situation and story. But I definitely see that there are quite a few individuals here who are creators and innovators in their own space and are, coming into some kind of, the King of Wands energy is one of an entrepreneur, Anyways, this is your situation. I want to pull clarifier cards for your situation and get more idea of what's the advice Spirit wants to give you. Okay. Okay. Spirit has spoken. So I asked Spirit, why is there this reversed Four of Pentacles? I really want to know why. Is there a reverse Four of Pentacles? They're saying to me that, well, we can see these are like good times. You have yourself so many upright and major arcana cards all the way until Judgment. And even when there is a reverse High Priestess, you still have the upright Chariot and the upright King of Wands. Spirit saying you are definitely with this level of confidence, with this level of like energy. You might be you might be a predominant fire sign. I'm not sure why, but I'm seeing a lot of fire energy here. Not a lot. But okay, but because the sun is just blaring, it's just in my face, and I'm seeing the Chariot and I'm seeing the King of Wands, I see, yeah, these three things are signifying some level of fire energy. Could be fire signs are, you have strong fire signs in your charts. I'm not an astrology based tarot reader, but just looking at what I'm looking at here, I see some degree of fire energy. On top of that, I'm seeing Knight of Swords. So like you have the confidence, you have the spark of inspiration, the idea to pursue what you're pursuing right now in this path, and you're charging ahead. Like the Knight of Swords is the most active, most, as you can see, I think, and also if just I'm saying, if you've seen enough tarot reading, you'll know that Knight of Swords is the one knight that moves at the fastest pace, almost, I'll say, with almost like a precision, because he's holding the sword. As you can see, the sword points to the sky. So there is like lots of like channeling ideas and inspirations from whatever comes from whatever you channel. And it's like charging ahead, forging ahead, nothing stopping you in your path kind of energy. Okay, so this is you. And Spirit is saying, yeah, this is you right now. This is you right now. But do not forget that when you are moving into your King of Wands energy, okay, you can be very confident that you are a creator and innovator, that you're an entrepreneur, that you are a maker, that you are a manifester. The energy is here in your King of Wands, but ground yourself. I don't know why I say ground yourself, because there's actually no ground we're looking at here, but I feel that Spirit is trying to say, actually it's more like pull yourself down to understand that you need to also develop this aspect of you, which is King of Cups. The king, the emperor, can only be the emperor and hold his fort with confidence if he embodies a balance of elements. And I think I see now why I'm saying you have like this amount of fire energy, because you certainly are the King of Wands. You have an over excess of confident fire energy, but that can mean that you might be a bit lacking in developing your intuition and your element of emotions and feelings, because you have your High Priestess in reverse. And I think this is what Spirit is saying, that part of your journey, you are meant to develop yourself as well into the King of Cups and get into this space of understanding your own inner psyche, your own feelings, getting into a space of comfort with understanding not just your feelings, but also taking care of other people's feelings. So this is a person who is very comfortable with allowing himself to be open with his feelings and being vulnerable, and also able to then give that care and governance to other people's feelings as well. And I think part of what Spirit is saying is that because in this journey, in this development, you are bound to have days where you need to understand what are the things that will disappoint you and that you have to walk away from. Okay, again, I saw that there are like no cups in your this situation here, and I think I'm feeling Spirit saying that this is a journey for you to get into a space of discovering more of your own feelings, and in the process also discovering and caring for those around you in terms of that. Tapping into your intuition and empathy and understanding other people's feelings. This could be one that helps you walk away from old storylines or situations that no longer serves you. And interestingly, because you did open off this set of clarifiers with the Knight of Swords, which is moving so very fast, Spirit also gave you this Knight of Pentacles, which is the knight who's almost not moving, literally seen to be not moving and sitting on his horse and holding that pentacle and then just looking far ahead. Because I think in your journey of, in this big journey of developing what you are developing and pursuing what you're pursuing, starting off with Page of Pentacles, you must remember that you will eventually develop yourself into a point whereby nothing is always smooth sailing. Again, the overarching message I see here is Spirit saying that there will be lots of beautiful, beautiful, wonderful days in this thing you're doing, but nothing is always smooth sailing. You will come to a place where there can be some hiccups, but you must learn how to rein yourself back in and take care of your emotions and be more mature about it. And then you realize that always charging ahead and being so fast-paced is not the solution to everything, because just when you feel like you cannot see what's ahead of you, there will be days whereby you are doubtful of yourself or the situation you're at. And then you have to realize you're playing the long game. This is a person who realizes whatever they are pursuing is a long game. And remember how I begin by saying with so many major arcana cards, this is not a fast situation. This is something that is a very big part of your life that you're working on that will not be over fast. Spirit is giving you advice here about a very, very major shift in your life that might even take years, okay? And this is the one card that says it all. Spirit wants you to remember there will be definitely days that you do not know what you're thinking, you do not see clearly what you fear, but you need to know you're playing the long game. Which is why they end off their advice with Four of Pentacles in the upright. And you know, you got your opener. You got your opening card with Four of Pentacles in the reverse. For the longest time, I really was wondering why Spirit is trying to tell you that you have Four of Pentacles but in the reverse. Because Four of Pentacles, okay, just so I can share now, Four of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite card is a guy, see, he's holding on to his Four Pentacles. His 2 feet stepping on each one pentacle. He's got one on his crown and he's got one in which is hugging closely in his arms. And you see that city in the back behind him, and so he's like sitting on some kind of throne. He has a crown, so he's a king. Now, you are definitely king, royal energy here. You're definitely of royal energy here. I've seen crowns all over the place. You have your empress, you have a crown. You are working towards becoming king of wands, you have a crown. You riding your chariot, you are the king riding away from your city, you have your crown. You are royalty energy here. You definitely have some degree of let's just say your level of confidence in life, you have that. You have it there. You're not like some birdie who doesn't know what they're doing or does not know what they're pursuing. You're definitely confident, okay? And also, eventually, of course, Spirit is asking you to, develop this aspect of you to be King of Cups. Now I see that you received for the last card amongst all the clarifying cards is Four of Pentacles in the upright. Spirit is saying that with whatever gifts you've given in this life, with whatever stability you have acquired thus far, you must remember that you hold them so dearly and you know that this is what you rely on. You rely on your pentacles. You rely on what you have currently to set out on this path and this journey that you're creating out this situation you're in right now. But just so you remember, you life is not always about just the upswing. There will also be situations where you will be challenged and you have to learn how to pivot. I think Spirit wants you to remember to not rest on your laurels, to not rely on what you have only, but to develop what you do not have. Okay? I'm seeing such a clear image right now. Spirit is saying, you come from a place where you're not lacking. You're currently not lacking. Maybe you already have a lot of resources. Maybe you come from a good background where your education, you have it. Your finances, you have it. You have what you have to develop what you are developing right now, and you do not lack. So that's why you are so confident. And that's why you're charging ahead. You're like, you're so confident, But Spirit wants you to know that as much as you have, what you do not have, because you have what you have pentacles, But what you do not have is perhaps developing intuition, developing understanding your shadow, developing the understanding of your inner psyche and what hurts you from a very deep level. What could have what could obstruct you, what could hurt you from the subconscious level? Because life is more than just being born or having it all and then just like enjoying it till the end of our days. Life is not like that. Life is not one linear path and then no. Spirit is saying me that there are ups and then there are downs. You might think you might be a person who thinks that everything is la-di-da and up right now for you. That just so you know, there will be days when it's not like that. And you have to learn how to it's very interesting. You have the 8 of Swords, which is it's all in your head if you can't see something. It's all in your head if there are some experiences that are holding you back from perhaps you not being able to see a situation and you're trapping yourself, not being able to move forward. You need to alchemize that. You need to learn how to tap into developing that aspect of you, to heal yourself, perhaps to understand, work through your feelings and release and let go and move. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about charging ahead. Your life and the acquiring of that pentacle is a long and slow game. Okay, you got 555, as in like the angel number you've been seeing is 555. That's why we're here watching this reading. But just so we remember, 555 is the number for change, is the number for pivoting, is the number for understanding what your obstacles are. And I think Spirit is saying this loud and clear. Your obstacle is that you have to develop your intuition, you have to develop your emotional understanding, your subconscious understanding, your inner psyche. Maybe those are the things that you do not come with huge abundance. You seem to have an abundance of financial power, vitality, good health perhaps as well. That's why you are feeling like life is on the up and up. Yeah. And I think this is Spirit reminding you that in this big phase of evolution and chapter of your life, the overarching theme is for you to learn more about yourself from a intuitive and emotional perspective. Okay, I'm going to pull one card from the Moonology Oracle deck and see what else Spirit has for you. You have Moon Circles, Support. When this card comes up, it's time to call in your people. Find the people who matter the most to you, to whom you also matter, and spend some time with them. There is wisdom to be found in gathering together with others, and right now, you could use that wisdom. You just need 1 or 2 close friends or relatives. The first ones that spring to mind are probably right. Let them know how you're feeling. Seek their advice and support. Sometimes we put on such a brave face that the rest of the world has no clue that we're going through something. Remember the old saying, a problem shared is a problem halved. It's okay to be vulnerable with the people you care for. Depending on when you draw this card, getting together with friends for a new moon or full moon circle could be just what the cosmos ordered. Additional meanings for this card: you need to get someone on your side. Seek out like-minded people. Life goes in cycles. Be patient. Yeah. Ask a female friend for help. Take responsibility for your actions. Very interesting. Remember I said just now, I'm seeing that you're a person with huge confidence and power, because I'm seeing so many court cards here. So many of you like emperors and kings here with crowns on your head. You could be a person who have been used to, who's used to operating on your own because you're very confident. You know what you want. Maybe you're a person who, like I said, has the resources, and you are never really felt like the need to rely on others or on teamwork to get something done. Maybe. And so therefore, this king and empress energy is very much like you could be an individual who's just always doing things yourself. And again, not coming from a place of lack. But I think what Spirit is saying is that there will be days where you need to lean on some reliable friends and family, especially those that have the ability to bring out in you or nurture in you that intuition and feelings, sharing feelings, being vulnerable with your feelings, or like basically teaching you, somebody in your life who could teach you and guide you into understanding your own feelings better, right? So, well said by Spirit. I hope this message resonates for you today. Please share in the comment section if any part of this reading is relevant for you and resonates for you. Yes, and please like, follow, and subscribe for more of these kind of videos in the future. Once again, thank you for your time. This is the message that Spirit has for you today, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye!